Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Kim. Today is Wednesday, November 8th, 2023. And we begin with a new lease on life for Britain's loneliest sheep. Since 2021, Fiona has been stuck at the base of an 820-foot cliff with steep rock on one side and water on the other. Her plight captivated much of Scotland, with all potential rescue plans considered too risky. While she waited, she ate a lot and plumped up so much that plucking her from her predicament became even more problematic. But last weekend, 2 years into her isolation, CBS News reports that 5 farmers, one on top of the cliff and 4 who inched their way down, hoisted her to safety with a pulley. One slip of foot, they posted on Facebook, and they would have been fools with good intentions. Fiona received a clean bill of health and a long overdue shearing before rejoining some sheep friends on a nearby farm. The wool from her haircut is now expected to be spun into an item, maybe a sweater, and auctioned for charity. It's called the Holy Grail of Shipwrecks and reportedly holds sunken loot to the tune of $20 billion. According to historians, the Spanish galleon San Jose tried but failed to outrun a fleet of British warships off Colombia on June 8, 1708, when it went down with a treasure trove of gold, silver, and emeralds. That bounty now sits far below the surface of the Caribbean Sea, a few miles from the port of Cartagena on the edge of the continental shelf. A U.S. company claims it found the wreck back in 1981 and made an arrangement with the Colombian government to split the booty once recovered. Colombia disputes that, and now there's a race to the bottom to get it. Even Spain wants in, since it was its ship to begin with. Colombia's president has now ordered the ship, or what's left of it, to be pulled to the surface before his term ends in 2026. Another day, another black eye for Instagram. A dad who worked for parent Meta is using his experiences and those of his own teenage daughter to slam the company for failing to protect kids. Arturo Bejar's job was to help make the site safe. But in testimony to a Senate subcommittee yesterday, and according to the Wall Street Journal, his 16-year-old received unwanted comments and photos, tried to report them, and the company did nothing. Mr. Bejar's appeals to top executives, including CEO Mark Zuckerberg, to do more, he says, went nowhere. What you have brought to this committee today, Missouri Senator Josh Hawley said, is something every parent needs to hear. In a statement, Meta countered, every day, countless people inside and outside of the company are working on how to keep young people safe online. Over the weekend, Tiger Woods reprised his role as caddy for his 14-year-old son Charlie at a juniors championship in Louisiana. Charlie tied for 17th place, 13 strokes off the eventual winner. Respectable, but it was his famous dad who once again stole the show, not for his bag handling skills, but for how he walked the course. Golf analysts noted he barely limped and that it was the best he's looked since ankle surgery in April. According to Sports Illustrated, there's speculation mounting that the game's greatest golfer might return to play in the next few months. Thinking of becoming a journalist? What if your job, your only job, was to report on Taylor Swift? As far as we know, there's only one such position newly created by Gannett, the biggest newspaper chain in the U.S., and the viral posting for the perfect reporter to fill that blank space just went to 35-year-old Brian West of Arizona. According to Variety, he's a longtime diehard Swiftie with a background in both broadcast and print journalism. But in his video application for the job, he made a point of saying that he's more than a fanboy, can be objective, and as proof, rattled off 3 of Taylor's songs that he can't stand: Stay, 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 False God, and It's Nice to Have a Friend. Brian's already moved to Nashville and will no doubt be trailing Taylor on the red carpet for the upcoming Country Music Awards. Still to come, an update on the runaway porker known as Kevin Bacon. But first, today's KidNuz quiz. What's the name of the sheep rescued from the foot of a Scottish cliff? Fiona, and she's lonely no more. Historians believe a Spanish galleon shipwrecked off Colombia holds how much treasure? Up to $20 billion in gold, silver, and emeralds. Which famous golfer made headlines for not limping this weekend? Tiger Woods. Gannett just hired a reporter whose sole beat will cover what? All things Taylor Swift. In today's KidNuz Kicker, all it took was a pastry and a little Benadryl. The 200-pound pet pig that took off from a farm in Pennsylvania, eluded capture for weeks, and became an internet sensation while on the run, is back home safe and sound. His human, Chelsea Rumbaugh, laid out one food trail after another trying to lure him home, but the ringer turned out to be a cinnamon bun laced with a little pet-safe Benadryl. The combo was enticing enough to get him close and made him groggy enough to walk calmly into his now reinforced pen. Chelsea told People magazine afterward, "I do think he has a life of stardom ahead of him. We have plans for our property to be an open-to-the-public farm and offer services for children and adults who struggle with PTSD, anxiety, and depression. And Kevin is going to be here for all of that." Before we go, we want to shout out our KidNuz classrooms, including Miss Barnett and her Bulldogs at Rocky Run in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Mrs. Burton's 5th grade Warren Hills Wildcats in Liberty, Missouri. And Miss Clark and her spectacular Spartans at Immaculate Heart of Mary in Wilmington, Delaware. Thanks for listening. A reminder that you can enjoy ad-free episodes of KidNuz by subscribing on Apple Podcasts. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.